Introducing Cynefin Lifejinni, your health buddy.
I'm Saleem Peerzada and I'm suffering from diabetes, hypertension and heart issue. I had a bypass surgery as well as I'm having sciatica. So there was body issues and all, and luckily I happened to meet Roera, and then I visited his factory. I saw the excellent setup which he has made there. And I had a lot of questions on him, and then he demonstrated the machine, and all the pertinent questions he answered were quite acceptable to me. And then I was thinking of buying it, but I didn't buy at that time. Then it so happened that it was COVID period that time, and then I and my wife, my daughter, my son-in-law, we were all staying together because it was a COVID period, and I happened to have, we all got COVID, unfortunately, and then we were very sick. I was running temperatures very high, I couldn't breathe and all. Then I visited a doctor, he pumped me with so many medicines, and then I was taking those medicines, and then I started having serious stomach pain and cramps. Then I remembered Hemant, and then I called him. I said, I want your machine immediately. And he said, it's not available now. And I was patiently waiting, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. On the 5th day again I called him. I said, I need to have it. I'm very sick, and my whole family is sick. And because he had convinced me that time that this machine also works for COVID. So I was very much interested. So finally I purchased his machine. And the moment I got that machine, the same day itself, I threw away all the medicines, all the antibiotics, everything I threw away. And then he told me that in the morning I should do 00, which is basic immunity program. And then he said there was a 08 program for COVID, And then he said to do it 3 times in a COVID program. So I did in the morning to 00, then in the afternoon I did 08, after lunch, evening again 08, and in the night 08. Similarly, we all 4 of us, my wife, myself, my daughter, my son-in-law, all we started sitting one by one after that. Whole day the machine was busy. In fact, someone or other was on the machine. And fortunately, within 1 week, we started feeling better. And I had thrown away all the medicines also. And then he said, continue for some more time. And then within 2 weeks, all our fever, everything was gone. My breathing was normal. I was not able to breathe, It was like having fibrosis of lungs. So he told me also to sit for 04 program, which was for fibrosis of lungs. I did that as well. My family did as well, all that program. Even my wife, who suffers from asthma, she also did that program. And then we came out of it. And I'm very thankful to Hemant that because of this machine, I can say that I nearly thought, when I went out of the door to go see the doctor, that I don't know if I'm going to come back alive. That was my situation at that time, So I'm thankful to Hemant that he made this machine, and my family got out of COVID situation, without having to resort to any medicines. And now that I have the diabetes, which is not very severe, but in between 200, but of course I am very, I love to eat sweets and I love to eat good food, so the spikes does take place. So whenever there is a spike in sugar, I do sit on the machine for 02 program, which is for diabetes. And then I bought my machine for my brother, who also is having diabetes. He's also practicing. For his wife also, she's diabetic and she's also feeling better. Then Muhammad told me that this also helps in for cancer patients. Unfortunately, my niece, she developed colon cancer, so I bought one machine for her also, and she's using it. And because she's also, the doctor is insisting on doing the chemotherapy, and hopefully this 20th of this month is her last chemo, and I hope that she continues with this machine and she gets out of this cancer. But she did feel better, after she did 00, and that energy was coming back in her life, though she was severely cancer. But they have done operation, she has done radiation therapy, and as well as chemotherapy is going on, and I'm looking into the last one. Then I also bought it for my another cousin brother, who's having heart patient. He was having blockages and all. So he is also using it and he's also feeling better. And one more thing I would like to inform was that my mother-in-law, she's hypertension, she's taking medicine, and then when she's not able to sleep well, and she does take blood pressure pills, and then she was complaining her left arm was paining, and I asked her to sit 1 hour on 0-1 program, which is for hypertension and heart blockages. And she sat 1 hour in the night, and then I asked her in the next day morning how was she feeling. She said after a long time I have been able to sleep well, that yes, the sleep helped me, to sleep well, and my arm was not paining. I did not get up in the night also. So if you ask me, basically, I am quite convinced, that this only thing we need to find time to sit on it, regularly. We are lazy people, and also we are busy people, we've got so many other things to do. One must find time, at least 2-3 hours, if you are having chronic diseases, then you need 2-3 hours to sit, and then it does elevate your issues, and you will feel better and stay healthy without having to pop any pills. I really thank Zohera for this product. I also tell people, I demonstrate it, and I took this machine to Kolhapur, Saleem as well. And I hope the best that these people take it and get healthy.